Imagine walking into your home, expecting a warm embrace, only to witness the person you trusted most shatter your child's heart with a single, cruel act. That's exactly what happened to Edison Caldwell, a man on the cusp of marriage, when one torn drawing unraveled everything he thought he knew about love, loyalty, and family. What happens when a father discovers the woman he loves treats his daughter like a stranger? Stay with us on the Jones Life Stories as we dive into a journey of heartbreak, courage, and the power of choosing love over status. This is a story that will remind you, sometimes, the broken pieces of life create the most beautiful mosaics. Keep watching, and let's inspire each other to choose what's right, no matter the cost. Edison Caldwell seemed to have it all: a thriving business, a beautiful fiancée, Madison Blake, and a wedding planned for 400 of Manhattan's elite in just 3 weeks. His 6-year-old daughter, Zoe, was the light of his life, a brilliant artist who spoke 3 languages and painted watercolor sunsets with their nanny, Noelle Carter. Edison believed he was building the perfect family for Zoe, one that would fill the void left by her late mother, Elena. But perfection, as we at the Jones Life Stories know, is often a mirage. One afternoon, Edison came home early, hoping to surprise Zoe with a trip to the park. Instead, he found himself frozen behind a mahogany archway, watching Madison tear Zoe's carefully crafted drawing of Noelle in half. "That's trash, sweetheart. Just throw it away," Madison said, her voice dripping with a cruelty Edison had never noticed before. Zoe's small face crumpled, her confusion palpable as she whispered, "But I made it for Miss Noelle." Madison's mother, Veronica, sat approvingly on the ivory sofa, nodding as Madison dismissed Noelle as just the help. The words hit Edison like a cold wave. The help? Noelle, who had held Zoe through nightmares, taught her to paint, and whispered stories in Spanish to keep Elena's memory alive, was reduced to a disposable employee in Madison's eyes. At the Jones Life Stories, we believe that true character is revealed in how we treat those who work for us. Edison's world began to crack as he realized the woman he was set to marry didn't see his daughter's heart, or Noelle's. As Zoe reached for the torn pieces, Noelle appeared in the doorway, her presence a quiet storm of grace. Without acknowledging Madison, she knelt beside Zoe and said, "Sometimes broken things can become even more beautiful. We can tape it back together, and it will have character, like a scar that tells a story." Edison watched, his heart tightening, as Noelle's gentle hands gathered the pieces with care. Madison's lips pressed into a thin line, but Noelle's unwavering kindness spoke louder than words. In that moment, Edison realized he'd been ready to marry the wrong woman entirely. Upstairs, Noelle helped Zoe tape the drawing back together, teaching her about kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold to make it more beautiful. Zoe said, "Miss Noelle says broken doesn't mean worthless. It just means you have a story." Those words echoed in Edison's mind, a stark contrast to Madison's casual dismissal of Zoe's love for Noelle. At the Jones Life Stories, we know that stories shape us, and the ones we tell our children define their futures. Downstairs, Madison and Veronica plotted. "She's getting ideas above her station," Veronica said, urging Madison to replace Noelle with a proper English nanny after the wedding. Madison agreed, assuming Edison was too busy to notice. But Edison was noticing now. He began to see the pattern: Madison's condescending tone toward their Uber driver, her suggestions to upgrade the household staff, her disregard for Zoe's Colombian heritage. Each comment, once dismissed as efficiency, now revealed a deeper truth: Madison valued status over substance. Edison couldn't shake the unease settling in his chest. He hired a private detective, Marcus Chun, to uncover the truth about Madison. The findings were chilling. Madison had researched Noelle's family, discovering that Noelle's 16-year-old sister, Lily, was battling leukemia. Madison offered to pay for Lily's treatment if Noelle quit and signed a non-disclosure agreement. She had also investigated the housekeeper, Maria, and the groundskeeper, Tom, collecting leverage to control them after the wedding. Edison was sickened by Madison's calculated cruelty, her plan to erase Noelle's influence and reshape Zoe's world to fit her own image. One evening, Edison overheard Madison tell Zoe, "Miss Noelle won't be with us much longer. Daddy and I think you're ready for a real nanny." Zoe's face fell, and Edison's heart broke. He confronted Madison in his study, presenting the evidence. "You offered to pay for Lily's treatment to silence Noelle," he said, his voice steady but laced with steel. Madison didn't deny it, instead framing it as helping someone in need while ensuring proper boundaries. Edison's response was final. "Noelle is family. You've never once treated Zoe like your daughter." The confrontation ended with Edison calling off the wedding. Madison's composure cracked, her desperation spilling out. "You're throwing away our future for the help," she cried, invoking their social status, the Vanderbilts, the Astors, the perfect photos. But Edison was unmoved. "Love isn't a competition," he told her. "Zoe's affection isn't a limited resource. At the Jones Life Stories, we know that choosing love over status is the ultimate act of courage." The news of the canceled wedding spread like wildfire. Madison's Instagram post painted her as the victim, sparking a media storm. She appeared on Good Morning America, dabbing at her eyes, claiming she just wanted Edison and Zoe to be happy. But Edison ignored the noise. Instead, he spent a day at the hospital with Noelle, meeting Lily for the first time. The 16-year-old was small but fierce, her eyes bright with humor despite her illness. "So you're Zoe's dad," she said, studying him. "Noelle says she's got artist hands and a scientist brain." Edison was struck by how naturally Noelle moved through the hospital, adjusting Lily's pillows, checking her water, performing small acts of care without thinking. They painted together, abstract swirls of color capturing hope and fear. Lily said, "We all teach each other. That's what families do, right?" Edison realized that was exactly what they were building, a family that learned together, grew together, challenged each other to be better. Back home, Edison sat Zoe down. "Madison and I aren't getting married," he told her. Zoe nodded, then asked, "Is Miss Noelle really leaving?" Edison's chest tightened. "Would that make you sad?" "Very sad," Zoe whispered. "She makes the best pancakes and knows all the songs Mama used to sing." Edison promised Zoe she'd meet Lily and Rosa, Noelle's sisters, soon. When a reporter showed up, accusing Edison of exploiting Noelle, he shut it down. "The power dynamic is that Noelle has been the moral center of my household for 2 years while I was too blind to see it," he said. "Write about a woman who gives everything and asks for nothing. Write about real heroism. At the Jones Life Stories, we celebrate those who choose character over convenience, and Edison's stand inspires us all." 6 months later, Edison watched Zoe teach Rosa to paint in the backyard while Noelle set down lemonade. The transition hadn't been seamless. Awkward moments lingered as Noelle moved into the main house, no longer the nanny but not quite family yet. But they were learning. Zoe's school nominated her for a Young Artists exhibition, her series on families who choose each other striking a chord. Noelle took a part-time role at the community center, starting an art program. "This family is my dream, too," she told Edison, who replied, "Then show Zoe what it looks like to chase your dreams." That night, Zoe asked, "Do you and Miss Noelle love each other?" Edison smiled. "We're family, the good kind of different." Later, on the porch swing, he took Noelle's hand. "I want to make it legal. You as Zoe's guardian in every way that matters." Tears welled in Noelle's eyes. "I'd be honored." 1 year later, Edison stood at the back of the community center auditorium watching Noelle speak. "Art isn't about creating something perfect," she said. "It's about creating something true." Behind her, children's artwork filled the walls, each piece a testament to her belief in them. Zoe sat in the front row with Lily, now a cancer survivor, and Rosa, all three watching Noelle with awe. Edison thought of the torn drawing, the canceled wedding, the choice to value character over image. Each decision had led here, a family formed by choice, a love built on respect, a happiness that needed no approval. Madison's bitter text arrived, "You got everything you deserved." Edison deleted it, turning back to what mattered. Noelle, the girls, the life they built, one true moment at a time.